Hey everyone, how is it going? In this video today, we will talk about Network Analytics Engine, which is a software module inside Aruba CX switches. In this video today, we will talk about scripts and agents that are created out of these scripts. We will discuss the sources of scripts and from where to get these scripts. And finally, we will create our own scripts. So without any further ado, let's get started. This is the dashboard for Aruba CX Switch. As you can see in the side banner, we have one link for Analytics, which takes us to the details of Network Analytics Engine. In this view here, you can see we have agents and scripts. It all starts by the script. We need all to get our own scripts to build the agent out of this script. There are multiple sources for Aruba NAE scripts. First of all, scripts can be created by the system, like this script here, or they can be downloaded from Aruba Solution Exchange using this cloud icon here. Otherwise, you can upload scripts from your own PC. You can get these scripts by downloading them from Aruba communities like Airheads, for example, or GitHub. Or otherwise, you can create your own script. And this is what we will do in this video. In this video, we will create our own script to perform certain function. Once you create any script, you can create an agent out of this script, and this agent will monitor certain attribute or certain counter, and you can define certain thresholds and perform certain actions. This is a sample script that I created already. In the top here, we have only comments where you can write anything you want. This part of the script is the manifest, and this information here will be displayed in agent details in Aruba CX GUI interface. After the manifest, we can create our parameters. If we have any parameters to use in our script, they can be created here, but in my script, I'm not using any parameters. Here we create our class. This is the main constructor for our class. We are inheriting NAE class, which is created by Aruba. If you want to know more details about this NAE class we are inheriting, you need to check into Aruba documentation. Here we create our script. First of all, we need to define, or we need to decide the attribute or counter we want to monitor. In my case here, I am monitoring the number of IP routes. If you want to know more details about how to know the attributes or how to find the API URL, you can check my previous video about Swagger interface, which can be used to get more details about APIs, attributes, and different variables within the API URL. This line here, the monitor function, this is the line that creates the graph or diagram based on the value I'm getting for the attribute. So over time, this line here will read the value of this attribute and will plot this diagram to be presented in the dashboard. Down here, we have the actions we want to define. In this script, I am monitoring the number of IP routes. If number of IP routes exceeds 5, I want to generate alert, syslog message, and I want to set Osbf area 10 into stub, no summary. Once the number of IP routes goes below 4, once it goes below 4, I want to clear the alert. Create syslog message, another syslog message, and set OSPF area 10 back to normal. So this is in brief the function or the result of this script. Here I define the condition, which is number of routes is above 5. Once this condition is met, I am calling another function, and in this function I create a critical alert, I create syslog message, and I execute these CLI commands. All these functions here are predefined in Aruba documentation as part of the class I am inheriting. So you need to read the documentation of this class or the documentation of Aruba NAE scripting to be able to understand and find these different functions or methods I'm using in this script. Once number of IP routes goes below 4, as there bear this line here, once the number of IP routes goes below 4, I want to clear the condition, and I want to call another function which is defined here. This function will clear the alert, will create syslog message, and will execute this CLI command to set area 0 back to normal. So let's see this in action and test it in my lab. So this is the analytics dashboard or analytics menu. I'll start by going to scripts, upload, browse. I have the script already created in my PC, so I go to the script, next, save configuration. You can see here the script name, version, and author are the values I created as part of my manifest in the script. So upload. Once the script is uploaded, I can create an agent out of this script. I'll call my agent as IP routes monitor. So this is my agent now. IP routes monitor, and as you can see here I have two static routes, or I have two IP routes in my setup. I don't have OSPF, so I will try to simulate the scenario by creating static routes. So if we check here, let's go to the CLI, show IP routes, and show IP route summary. I have two routes, one as connected and one as static. The local route is pre-created for the IP address of the switch. So in my case now I have two. To simulate the setup or the scenario, I can create static routes because I'm monitoring IP routes, all IP routes, and not OSPF routes only. So I can create few dummy routes just to increase number of IP routes to more than 5. So I have 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Now I have static routes in my setup. Let's wait for the switch or for the NAE engine to read these routes. So now it is 5. Once I exceed 5, there is an alert created that says number of IP routes exceeded 5. And as you can see here in the actions, we have syslog created and CLI created. So let's verify. You can see here, if you click on this critical alert, it gives you details about what happens, number of routes, and what is the action taken. And here we have this alert created as critical alert. If we check the syslog messages here, show logging minus n, let's see the last 10 lines. This is the syslog message that was created. As you can see here, number of IP routes is more than 5 now, and there's an action that took place. If we want to verify the CLI, we can try show run begin 1 Osbf. So as you can see here, this command was created by the script, and it set area 0 to stub no summary. To test this more or to verify, let's remove the routes again. So I will remove the routes to go below 4. So I remove 1, 2, So as you can see here, once number of routes goes below 4, the condition was cleared and I don't have any critical alert anymore. Both are normal. If you click on this action here, you can see that this was cleared. An action was taken to create CLI, syslog, and remove the alert. To verify, let's look into PuTTY again to see if Osbf area was set to normal actually. So let's go to this command again. As you can see now, the area is normal. It was before stub and it is normal now. If number of routes exceed 5 again, just to see this in action. So let's say I want to add routes again to go above 5. So the engine will take some time. Once it discovers that number of routes exceeds 5, it will generate critical alarm and it will take CLI, syslog, and alert actions. To verify this again, let's try to see Osbf configuration now by running the same command. As you can see, we have this our area as stub no summary, which was created, or this configuration, this line was added by the script, by NAE, once number of routes exceeds 5. You can create different events, you can modify the CLIs, you can create different functions based on your requirements. And to verify that the syslog message was actually created, we can look into syslog again. So number of routes is more than 5 now. In the previous event, number of routes was below 4, and now it is more than 5. So this was everything about our session today. We discussed NAE, we discussed scripts, agents, from where to get scripts, and we created a small script that monitor IP routes. I hope this video was useful to you. Thank you for joining and have a great day.